My name is Tamara Goldner, and I will be discussing how to apply digital citizenship advocacy at J.C. Parks Elementary School. So the four elements of digital citizenship advocacy are civic engagement to improve school community, respectful online behavior and a healthy technology balance, examining online media sources, and protecting personal data and your digital profile. The first component is civic engagement to improve school community. A problem at my school is that students in all grade levels often do not get a chance to work with the community to make improvements. This is the community outside of school as well as the school community. Technology has also not been used by students for communication since virtual learning due to the pandemic. A solution for this is that community projects could be integrated within the curriculum during contents, perhaps once or twice during the school year. This way it is not pulling away from the curriculum and students still get that opportunity to work with the outside community as well as the school community. Students can use technology to present and or research an idea. An example of the solution is that my school, J.C. Parks Elementary, is considered a green school, and that is a motto for our school is to skip the straw. Students don't get the opportunity to be explicitly taught why they should skip straws and why it is important to tell others to do so. They are just simply told to do it. So I thought that students could, for grade levels 4 and 5, research the importance of not using straws on their laptops and create a multimedia, perhaps a PowerPoint presentation incorporating facts. These grade levels could then present to the rest of the students in the school using Zoom or in an assembly. These students could also present their PowerPoint through Zoom to important members of their community. Grade levels 3, 2, and 1 could research using their laptops the importance of not using straws as well as use the information from the 4th and 5th graders. These students would take the information and create a poster. Students would hang posters in the hallways to keep the school informed. So here's an example of a PowerPoint that students could create based on skipping the straw and plastic waste management, as well as a poster that the younger students could create using information they learned online or that they learned from those older grade levels. The next component is respectful online behavior and a healthy technology balance. So some problems in our school are that digital citizenship is only taught once a week and only in the library or media. Students are not explicitly and thoroughly being taught the importance of being respectful online. Also, students at J.C. Parks are not being explicitly taught the importance of a healthy balance between technology and other activities. I feel as though my students are always on technology in the classroom and at home, and I think this is common throughout the school. Some solutions for these problems are that digital citizenship, especially online respect lessons, should be incorporated into all grade levels that have daily access to technology. These lessons could be taught once a week during content time, so students are exposed to digital citizenship ideas more than once a week. If students are understanding the concept, I don't think it has to happen every week, but it should happen early on in the school year. Teachers in all grade levels will discuss the importance of a balance between computers and other activities. Teachers should provide students with breaks from technology such as GoNoodle as well as different forms of work so they're not always on their laptops. So an example of this for respectful online behavior, Common Sense Education has lessons for grade levels 1 through 5 on how to be respectful online. There is not one for kindergarten, but those teachers could adapt the first grade lesson to meet their students' needs. These lessons have 10 to 15 minute components and could be split up between days during content time or taught during one content lesson block a week. These lessons should be taught within the first week or so of school. So here's an example of the 3rd grade lesson on Common Sense Education. They have a downloadable slideshow, so this is just a screenshot from the first slide. They have a video on the topic, which I'll play in a minute, and they also have a worksheet and an online quiz. So on this worksheet, students can critically think about the messages that are shown and how it's respectful or how it's not respectful. So here is the video.
Well, this isn't fun anymore.
Hey, what's up? Ready to work on our project? Wait, is something wrong?
No, well, yeah. That player 3 got online and was trash talking.
Trash talking? Really?
Yeah, and I know I should ignore it, but, well, words do hurt sometimes.
I know how you feel. I once posted a photo of my dog, and because I forgot to make the photo private, anyone could comment on it.
What happened?
The comments were totally mean, and I didn't even know those people.
What did you do?
You mean after I burst into tears? Well, I remember the rules of STOP, stop. S, step away. T, tell a trusted adult. O, okay sites first. P, pause and think online. I tried to follow that advice, and believe me, it's not easy. So I told my big sister, who said that true friends support each other. No bashing allowed. Remember, there's always someone else on the other side of that screen. How do you treat others online?
So I think students will find this very applicable because a lot of them do play online video games together where they can type different things to other people. A next example for the healthy technology balance, teachers could split up technology time that is mandatory, as teachers are mandated for students to go on Dreambox, which is an online math learning game, as well as Imagine Learning, which is a reading learning game, daily. Teachers should limit time on these sources and provide students other learning opportunities, as well as math games and siteware games for the younger students. Using these learning games as a rotation during work time allows them to not be on their laptops as much. Teachers should allow dance breaks, such as Go Noodle, to allow students to move around. Students can learn the importance of a healthy technology balance through common sense education as well. They have lessons on maintaining a healthy technology balance for grades K through 5. These can be incorporated, split up during content throughout a week, just as mentioned beforehand for the respect lessons. These lessons will help students balance at school as well as at home. So here's an example of the healthy technology balance lesson for kindergarten. Again, here is a downloadable slideshow called Pause for People. Here's a video on the topic, and then a worksheet for students to think about drawing their self doing the routine. So here is the video.
Technology is so cool. I love playing games, watching funny videos, and learning new things. Sometimes it's hard for me to say goodbye to my device, especially when I'm having so much fun. But I followed 3 simple steps. Pause, breathe, finish up.
Now you try.
Pause, breathe, finish up.
Let's try that again, but this time a little faster.
Pause, breathe, finish up.
All right, our third component is examining online media sources. So a problem in my school is that intermediate grades 3 through 5, teachers want their students to begin having more freedom with their laptops to research subject areas. Students at J.C. Parks in these grades do not know how to determine if an online source is a credible one. Their teachers simply provide them with sources they could use, such as Pebble Go. Students in these grades should be able to find more sources on their own, but first need to know how to determine if it's a credible source. A solution to this is that those teachers for intermediate students could develop a lesson or unit on the importance of determining if a source is safe and how to determine it. So an example of this solution is that teachers of intermediate students could play the Brain Pop video below on online sources. After viewing and discussing the video, the teachers could put students into small groups and give them a topic to research, such as different animals. Students would work together to decide if and why or why not sources are credible. So this video is a little long, so I'm only going to play a short clip.
They serve up millions of pages you can use for schoolwork. Unfortunately, plenty of sites aren't that reliable, or just plain wrong. Like this one. Pretty sure humans and dinosaurs never lived side by side. Moby and I stumbled on this site while we were researching the Natural Selection movie. Fortunately, we have a handy-dandy system for evaluating online sources. And it can be boiled down to just 3 main steps. Yep, first we try to find out a little about the publisher. In other words, the person or group running the website. One good tip is to look at the domain, the letters that come after the last dot in the address. If it ends with a .gov, that means it's a government website, and .edus are reserved for accredited colleges and universities. Most of the sites in these domains are rigorously fact-checked. The information they contain has been reviewed and verified to be true. Other common domains, .coms, .orgs, .nets, whatever, are open. That means any old person can buy one of these spaces and put whatever information they want there. That's true. Most popular open domain resources are reliable. Like BrainPop, we're a .com and we fact-check everything. But you need to be skeptical of sites you've never heard of before.
All right, and the last component is protecting personal data and your digital profile. So a problem at JC Parks is that since I teach first grade, students in my grade as well as other grades at JC Parks most likely do not have a base understanding of the importance of keeping their login information private. Students in primary grades K through 2 have their login information on a label on their own assigned laptop in case they forget their information on how to log in. Due to this, students can easily look at other students' information. A solution to this would be a lesson on the importance of not using and looking for other students' information. That would be essential to teach these students, as we can't take these labels away due to student needs. To address these concerns, teachers could teach a grade level based lesson on respecting other students' information, such as login information, and for students to try to keep it as private as possible. This would also be applicable to the intermediate grades, 3rd through 5th, to remind them to not verbally share or use others' information. Some examples for this are that at the beginning of the school year, teachers should explain the importance of not sharing your personal information and not using others' information. The teachers can use one of the common sense education lessons on privacy and security, which is available for grade levels K through 5. When logging into learning games such as Dreambox, students should go through Clever on Office 365 instead of using the class code on the Dreambox website. When students use the class code, the passwords are just simply pictures that a student can easily guess and gain access to another student's account. By logging in through Clever, students are unable to do this. This was a problem for many years where students would go onto other students' accounts on Dreambox and use all their coins, and it made students very upset. So an example of the common sense education lesson is the 3rd grade lesson. So here they have a downloadable slideshow about making a strong password with scenarios on if you find someone's information, what should you do, and then a form to help them create their own password that would be powerful. At school, they have assigned passwords, but they could use this at home. Another example of this is, as I was mentioning before, students would just click a picture on Dreambox and that was their password originally. So if they went on through the website, this is how they signed in and they could see all of their students in their class. Through Clever, they have to sign in with their specific student ID and password and just click on the app this way. So it's almost impossible for students to log into each other's accounts. And here are my references. Thank you.